So I recently had somebody that came to the hair clinic about 2 weeks ago who they had to take off a lot of estrogen because she had fibroid issues and she was not ready to get married. She wasn't ready for marriage. She wasn't ready to have children. So they had to take a lot of estrogen away from her. And she already had androgenic alopecia. But what we saw was the rise of Hi, you're welcome to another episode of Ask The Trichologist. My name is Atilola and I am the trichologist at African Naturalistas Hair Clinic. Ask The Trichologist is that program where you ask all your high-level hair and scalp questions. No matter what it is, we got you covered. And African Naturalistas is your one-stop center for all your hair and scalp needs. Whether you want a hair clinic, you want memberships, you want products, you want regimens, you want e-copies, you want ebooks, whatever it is you want, African Naturalistas got you covered. So before we step into today's question, what I want you to do is like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video with a loved one, click on the notification bell and drop a comment for us in the comment section. So today, Jennifer is writing from Abuja. Jennifer says, Atilola, please help me. My hair has been thinning for the past couple of years and it has aggravated in the past couple of months. Please, I don't know what to do again. It's thinning and it's reducing in volume. What can I do? What exactly caused this and how do I stop it? Jennifer from Abuja, we have read your message, and as usual, in my usual fashion, what I would just do is lay out all the things that could have caused your hair to be thinning. Even though you haven't come to the hair clinic to meet us and we haven't done a trichoscopy for you, we haven't done any consultation with you, all we have is this message you have sent. So I'll just give you generic reasons that can cause your hair to be thinning. And if you want to book a trichology consultation with us, whether in person or virtually, which we offer to everybody worldwide, then you can always do that with us. So Jennifer, the first thing I would like to tell you is really determine whether thinning is what you are suffering from. Because whenever people come to tell me, oh, Atilola, my hair is thinning and my hair is shedding, the first thing I do is, are you sure it is thinning? Are you sure it is shedding? Because a lot of people think it is thinning that they are going through, but it is actually not thinning. It is actually breakage. So you have to be sure that it's thinning or it's breakage. So what you want to do is you want to check the roots. If the roots are still full, right, it's still voluminous, but the hair, when you touch it, is thin, then you know that it is breakage, but it's breaking close to your scalp. But if the root itself is thin, your head is not as full as it used to be from the roots, then I agree with you that it is thin. And now we can go to solve your problem. Now, there are two reasons why your hair might be thinning. It can be either androgenic alopecia or diffuse thinning, and then we are going to look into diffuse thinning in detail. So androgenic alopecia is that form of hereditary alopecia where you begin to grow bald, whether you have male pattern baldness or female pattern baldness, right? And they have different hair loss patterns. So if it's androgenic alopecia, where you're going bald right in the middle of your hair as per female pattern baldness, then we'll have to do something for you, which is to block the dihydrotestosterone, which is causing you to go bald in your hair, right? So, or your head. So that is one reason why your hair might be thinning. And sometimes the DHT even exhibits or shows itself in many parts of the hair when it has really, done its number in the middle of your hair as a woman, not as a man right now. As a woman, when it has done its number in the middle of your hair and then it begins to manifest in other areas where, the thinning is really widespread. Now, if you're having diffuse thinning, meaning the thinning is all over your hair, like it's diffuse. The word diffuse is widespread. Your hair, you're just losing hair. There are many things that can cause your hair to be thinning, right? when it comes to diffuse thinning. One major factor is stress, right? What stress does is that it increases the production of cortisol, the hormone called cortisol in your body, which is a great saboteur for hair growth, right? And then that cortisol begins to attack, right, the factors that determine the hair growth in your hair, or that push hair growth, or that aid hair growth in your hair, and then your hair is not growing as much as it should be because you are highly stressed. So you also want to check your life, whether you have stressors, and if that's the case, then what you want to do is reduce the stress. I've talked about how divorce can cause hair loss. I've talked about how many things, divorce of course will not cause hair loss directly, but it will increase the stress, which will increase the production of cortisol, which will increase your hair loss. So it's not like it causes the hair loss, like you get divorced today and your hair falls out tomorrow. Then another reason why you might be having thinning is if you're having a particular sickness that is affecting your health, it's affecting blood supply, it's affecting so many things, right? So illness will cause your hair to thin, then the poor diet will cause your hair to thin, because when you're having iron deficiency, you're not eating well, your diet is not balanced, you're eating junk, you're not eating the right things, then you will have thin hair, right? So you want to make sure you have a balanced diet. You want to have iron-rich foods. You want to have copper-rich foods. You want to have magnesium-rich foods. Basically, eat right and have a balanced diet. Another thing that will cause your hair to thin out is maybe you are taking medications that are, like beta blockers, or you're going through we already know that one, right? Chemotherapy because of cancer. So there are some kinds of medications that you would take that will have to block off some fast multiplying cells in your body, and it will in turn cause your hair to thin out, right? So when you're having those medications, then you are going to have diffuse thinning. And then, of course, frequent relaxing and dyeing of your hair. Frequent relaxing is a major cause of thinning, because it's going to make your hair compromise the integrity of your hair shaft, especially if it's frequent. So dyeing, a lot of people are dyeing their hair right now, right? So frequent use of chemical relaxers, of chemical dyes, will also cause your hair to thin out. And then hormonal imbalance, right? So I recently had somebody that came to the hair clinic about 2 weeks ago who they had to take off a lot of estrogen because she had fibroid issues and she was not ready to get married. She wasn't ready for marriage. She wasn't ready to have children. So they had to take a lot of estrogen away from her, and she already had androgenic alopecia. But what we saw was the rise of diffuse thinning in a lot of her hair, because she was already prone to it in the first place. And then she had loads of hair on her face, like she had facial hair, and then she had thinning hair all over her head, right? Because the testosterone obviously had its way, because the estrogen was reduced, and then all her hair was really, really bad, right? So when you are suffering from, maybe you're having hormonal replacement therapy where they have to reduce the estrogen, or generally you are not producing enough estrogen and all, you are at the risk of thinning hair. You are at the risk of thinning hair. So that is what they call hormonal hair loss, which also feeds into, the androgenic alopecia, which I talked about in the earlier point. And then last but not the least, heat. A lot of heat will cause your hair to thin out, right? A lot of heat will cause your hair to thin out. It will compromise your hair. It will compromise everything that you're doing in terms of the health of your hair. So what you want to do is reduce the amount of heat that you are using in your hair. So what you want to do right now is share this video with anybody that has been battling with thinning hair, and let's see what exactly can be the cause of your thinning hair. And if you want to book a trichology consultation with us, whether physical consultation at our clinic or virtual consultation, what you need to do is please check the description box below and book your trichology consultation, and let's get it started on the journey to healthier scalp and healthier hair. Please like this video, subscribe, click on the notification bell, share this video with somebody, and then ask your questions in the comment section. Even if you don't have questions, please encourage us by dropping a comment. Till I come your way again in the next episode of Ask the Trichologist, my name is Atilola, and I will be seeing you. Bye.